going on, guys? It's Breezyy here. Today we're going to be playing some more Starmade. I've done a few things while you guys have been away. I've kind of been struggling to get some ideas on actually what I wanted to do for today's episode. So this is more or less of just a quick tour of what I've done in about the 20 minutes that I've actually been playing today, because I've kind of been just doing some other things today. So yeah, I'm going to give you a small tour of what I've managed to do while I've been playing today. So first things first, we're going to look at our base. Not much has changed with the base. I think I accidentally cut out the door. I think I dropped a ship cord down underneath the floor, and I had to cut it all up, so I haven't really fixed that back up. I put a door behind the thing that we actually haven't even started with yet, so that's kind of cool. Behind here actually was something that I made last night, just because it was a pain spawning ship cores in all the time. So instead what I did was I put ship cores on a rotating thing that was behind the wall, so that whenever I needed a ship core, I could just open the door, jump in a ship core, pull it out, and then go and fly it off. So that's actually been quite handy, and the things that I've built today, you'll see I've actually used quite a few ship cores to make them, and so that little mechanism back there has actually really been helpful. So I wish that the factories, potentially you could pull stuff out of it and actually turn it into an entity within the game. So straight out of a factory you could put a ship core down and then put it on a rail, but sadly you can only do that manually, and that doesn't actually work very well. I mean, it requires pre-planning, and it kind of eliminates the autonomousness sorry about that, of the rails. So it would be something I'd like to see maybe one day, as you can pull stuff out of factories and actually have them put stuff down. Except maybe shipyards do it. Who knows? I'll have to look into that. So here you may be wondering, Breezyy, why have you got such a big door on the floor? And that, my friends, is it's going to become our drone bay, potentially. I'm going to look into how fleets work and see what I can do with drones. Because if drones work on planets, this is where I'm going to put some, like, almost mines. So load a drone up full of explosives and then send it after pirates. That's what that's going to be, if my myth busting goes to plan. Here I haven't actually put a door on it, but this is going to be a building, potentially a factory, or something like that. Maybe even like a lookout bunker. You know, have some glass around here. Kind of looks like a World War II style bunker, machine gun turrets and stuff. All that. Oh no, World War I kind of bunker. All that kind of good stuff. Over here, you might have seen in last video these caps that were on the ground. These are actually just power cubes. So underneath here are power cubes, and these are just the caps that are protecting them from the harsh elements on our planet. So the likes of the wind and the rain and all that kind of stuff, and the snow. So yeah, that's what those caps are for. Over here, this was something that I've created. It's relatively new. These are reactors, but they're also solar panels. So the reactors on the top I've kind of designed them to make them look like they're solar panels, and they're actually collecting power from the sun. That's kind of what I was trying to do there. I was trying to make something that resembled a solar panel, you know, because we're trying to be sustainable and green and kind of keep the planet looking nice and clean. So we're going to use some good old-fashioned solar panels. Over here to our left, this is actually our new shield generator system. Underneath here is about 10k worth of shields and shield recharges that keep it stocked up at all times. It's a pretty interesting looking structure. I'm not sure how well it fits with the whole aesthetic. I might have to change it because it does, even though it looks, you know, we're going with a modern theme, I think this looks a little bit too Star Warsy, if you guys can kind of picture it. Like I can imagine an AT-AT like coming along and blowing them up. Yeah, so we might as well just, you know, just ever so slightly change it, because I'm not too happy with the look. It just looks a bit odd being there. Now, speaking of shields and defences, I did actually get attacked by pirates again today, and so of course my defences were not up to scratch by the time that the pirates came through. So guess what I had to do, guys? I had to go and build a brand new turret, a brand new turret system that could actually attack them. So I'll show that to you now. It is this thing. Yeah, it's just a blob. No, actually, it's a machine gun turret that's kind of designed to mow through shields. When we zoom out a little bit later, I'll give you a better view. But this is our AI controlled machine gun turret. I'm going to try and jump in. There we go. I'll try and give you a nice view now. So there it is. It's a bit like a CTV camera. It actually looks a lot like a CTV camera, which isn't that cool. It doesn't really have a good look to it. And yeah, so it's basically a rapid fire machine gun. You can't see any of the bullets, that's so great. Zoom in a little bit. Rapid fire. Pew, 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 pew. So good. It was so good when we were mowing down the pirates today. It was so handy. Absolutely destroyed them. So yeah. Let's turn it back on. Where's the AI unit? There he is. Cool, he's active again. Cool, so yeah, that's what I built today as a defense. Like I say, it looks like a bit like a CTV camera. I just, yeah, I wasn't really thinking that well when I built that. That's not so cool. Over here with the monorail system, I added some quite cool aesthetic of these cargo containers. Kind of these black spots of where the cargo is meant to be. It's kind of migrated itself and kind of, you know, I reckon it looks quite cool. It gives the look of an actual landing pad for ships. Like they unload their cargo here and then it slowly gets transported down to, you know, the house, which is really cool. So that's what the cargo kind of bay platform is actually meant to look like, and I reckon it actually looks quite cool. It's still a little bit bare, and I do plan on zhuzhing it up with a few more things, but definitely the cargo blocks over there give it a really cool look. I definitely think it makes it look like it's an in-use cargo ship terminal. Haven't really done much with the ugly mining ship. It's just I took it out earlier to do some mining. Other than that, I haven't done too much with it. This thing over here, the scanner, when I went to go and put a scanner module actually inside of it, I accidentally clicked the undock button, and because it has no thrusters, that's why you can see that thruster over there is because I put it on afterwards. Because it has no thrusters on it, I was in control of a radar dish that had no thrusters. I was trying to flip it around the planet all over the place, trying to get it back on its platform. So that was a bit of a mission. It was a bit of a pain, guys. So yeah, so that's all sussed. And for those of you who have been keeping a close eye on the episode, you might have seen the little the little thing that I've got over to my left. Over to my left, this guy did a great job at defending our planet, and, well, I've nicknamed him No Prisoners, but that nickname doesn't really ring true because he took prisoners. This right here, guys, is what the beast over here managed to shoot down over our planet. It literally landed just behind here, slanted down on this rock face, but this thing crash landed and it was overheating, and I was like, yes, we have to claim this thing. So we claimed it from the pirates that were attacking us, and now we own ourselves a new fighter frame. I'm not going to say it's a terribly good fighter, but it's definitely a fighter's frame. I don't think I've even flown it. Oh, it's very slow. I think all the thrusters have been shot off it, guys. Yep, now we're flying a shell. A shell of what used to be a really quite cool ship. So yeah, it's definitely got a few holes in it from the conflict earlier this morning, but oh my goodness, look at her. It's definitely going to have some work put into it, but I reckon we had such a good score with this thing. So yeah, I'm going to put the time in and restore this thing when I've got the opportunity to and when I've got the time to. So that is so cool. I'm going to land it back down before I crash it or something. Although, probably don't need to really worry about crashing it. So yeah, we got ourselves a new ship, which is pretty awesome. Nope, see, I missed. There we go. So yeah, black and red. I like the colour scheme. It looks really cool. It definitely needs some work to it. I think I will make it into a probably a speed ship, something like a sprinter, like decent amount of speed, something that can fire off some rockets and then just get out of there like so quick. That's kind of what I'm going to be aiming for. Probably do heat seekers on it, just so we can, you know, shoot them. They go after the pirates, and then we can just gap it straight out of there and fly back home. So that's probably what we're going to look at doing with that, with this ship at least. But first we've got to restore all of the hull and all that kind of stuff. Oh, speaking of turrets, I will show you this. Coming over here. Okay, so we've got a... So you remember we had a problem with our underground turret? Yeah, I think we've got a little bit less of a problem with our underground turret now. Just keeps going, guys. It's just never ending. So long. It actually looks tremendously ugly. It looks so disgusting. But that is what we've got that's hiding in the ground now. So because it couldn't reach the surface with the missiles, I instead decided to put you know, some rails, some turret rails and all that kind of stuff, and some rails to lift it up and down. And since then, I think it's been pretty good. There's no way that's going to go back down the hole. Yeah, I think it's definitely so much more effective in terms of how it's going to be shooting. Because I think I manually fired it at a couple of ships, and it was just a beauty, eh? Like, I was watching the missiles go, and then when they finally hit, it was so satisfying watching that shield bar just drop. It was so good. So I'm quite pleased with that. It gets fully hidden down in the Goodbye. It gets fully hidden down in that underground spot, so that's pretty awesome. So yeah, I think we might be getting close to maybe the end of the planet build. I've got rooms to do, but I'm kind of thinking maybe it's time to start looking skywards. We might start building a larger ship that can carry us and all of our stuff onwards to maybe even a space station, guys. As much as it's been really fun being on the planet and the planet being a cool home base, I think it's time to leave our humble abode and travel further into the star system and discover what waits for us in the Starmade game. So I think what we're going to do, guys, is in the next couple of episodes I might do a couple more things, but mainly I'm going to start farming for some resources that can get us a space station and maybe even a ship that can carry a large majority of all of our stuff. We're definitely going to keep this space and we're going to come back to it every now and then, but I think it served its purpose. It's been great while we've been basing ourselves just on the ground, but I think we've got enough resources to start looking skywards, guys, heading out into that blueness, purpleness, blackness, and go and actually enjoy some of the other aspects that this game has to offer. So I think I'm going to leave today's episode here because I've kind of covered everything that I've done, from bunkers to shields to capacitors to solar panels to turrets to stolen pirate ships to cargo pads to improved turrets. Even this thing that I'm standing on, this is just an H really, it's not much. So yeah, I think I've covered all of that. I built a stage here, but I'm not going to show you that because it looks awful. Yeah, so that's all I've got for you today, guys. Thanks for watching. Like if you enjoyed the video, dislike if you didn't. Let me know what you thought about today's episode or our future plans of going skywards in the comments, so I know what your guys' feelings are. Subscribe for all my new videos that will be coming out soon. I've just been so caught up today that I haven't really been able to make a decent one for you guys. Sorry about that. I might make it up to you tomorrow with a nice video. So, like I say, cheers guys, thanks for watching. I will see you soon. Breezyy out.